When California's ADRC designation review panel determines that a local interested ADRC is able to become emerging, there are many activities that the newly emerging ADRC may embark upon as the partners move towards applying to become a designated ADRC. It is important to keep in mind the deadline to apply for designation status. Here are some helpful tips to keep in mind when applying for designated status. These tips are also shared in a graphic which follows below entitled Emerging to Designated Status Milestones in Applying. Emerging status for a new ADRC begins on January 1st of the calendar year. In the image, it is shown as a blue horizontal bar. ADRC infrastructure grant funding begins on July 1st of year 1, the start of the fiscal year. It is shown in the black bar. Year 2 of ADRC infrastructure grant funding, shown in the adjacent purple bar, begins on July 1st of fiscal year 2. Next, we turn our focus towards the deadline for applying for ADRC designation status starting in fiscal year 2. All application materials must be completed by October 31st in calendar year 2, as shown in the green circle on the left. An ADRC may apply for designated status anytime in the fiscal year, but to be eligible for the following year's ADRC infrastructure grant funding, materials must be turned in by October 31st. So what happens after the application materials are submitted? The application materials are reviewed by the ADRC Designation Review Panel, and the panel will release its decision in December. If approved, designation status begins on January 1st of calendar year 3, as shown by the orange bar. Please note that infrastructure grant funding does not begin until July 1st of fiscal year 3, as shown by the red bar. If your ADRC partnership chooses not to apply for designated ADRC status on or by October 31st of calendar year 2, please be aware that ADRC infrastructure grant funding will not be available until the ADRC applies for designation status. Then, if approved for designation status, the ADRC will receive ADRC infrastructure grant funding starting July 1st of the new fiscal year. The green circle on the right shows that on June 30th of fiscal year 2, the infrastructure grant term for emerging ADRCs concludes. Hopefully this information is helpful to your ADRC partners in timing out the designation application and ADRC infrastructure grant cycle. To locate the application materials, please find the Establishing an ADRC link on the ADRC Partners and Providers webpage on the California Department of Aging website at aging.ca.gov. Please reach out to ADRC at aging.ca.gov with any questions, or to your ADRC if you would like to request a meeting to discuss further. Thank you.